What up, Dukes?
What it do, what it do, what it do. Just going live now, redirecting, and there we are. So, what it doing? And
And
all
yeah,
that.
gonna share this mofo.
Yeah, see if we can find the live stream. For some reason, we can never find the bleeding live stream then.
I just type in red and it just pops up live.
You just hit what?
I just go into now we're like onto the page and it comes up as live.
Alright. Because you spend
Now
more
I'm
bleeding time.
premium though.
Oh, you were one of those premium motherfuckers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I just don't know. Can't find it. Anyway, you throw it into whatever group and we'll copy of you or whatever. Apologies,
First
folks.
one.
We don't start these in the best format.
For the record, these are not I thought again the slightest. They're not even a smidgen, sorry. Like not even this much at all.
I'll say apologies, but I really don't care. Um,
Happy Friday though, folks.
Happy Friday, happy Cheltenham week. How well have you done at Cheltenham?
Uh
Any
not
winners?
great. Not great. I'm not gonna lie. I put 50 into my account on Tuesday and I finished up today with €27. So I lost 23 quid.
Right.
But bet on every race, so
Yeah.
not bad. Like, you know what I mean? I kind of like made me money back every day, bar today. Oh, well, bar, no, yesterday. I think I had an absolute stink. I was only lucky 15 and not one or placed.
Right.
She was mad whack, yo.
That's
So,
that's like, it's probably a shame Curtis isn't here because he cleaned up the first day. I think even Callie, he got his young one to pick the last race. He was like, right, which one? And she picked the pink horse, whatever the name it was, like, because of pink colour on it. And that one as well. Like, she was fucking winning everything. And Mrs. One, the one horse that she picked, he said he was trying to get to pick a horse all day and he picked a 28 to 1 or something that came in first.
I was unlucky on one of them. Yeah. Had a tenner each way on Estra fucking something, Estra. And it was
Right.
nowhere. And then I think I can't remember which one it was. It was Tuesday, I think, one of the last races, and he fucking probably the last race actually, and he came out of nowhere, and the horse beat him by a nose. Like the horse that was ahead
Oh,
was like
yeah,
probably
I think he actually gave me a treble. Was that on Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that?
Tuesday. It was, yeah.
Yeah, he gave me a treble because we had to clean up on Monday, and so he threw me the treble, and the first two horses won, and the third one lost, and he slated me in a text message like, "You jinxing cunt! Every time I send you fucking shouts and you do them, I lose like all the time. Like you won the whole day on Monday." I was like, "Yeah, send us a few shouts for the next day, will you?" He fucking that one, like two of them came in, and the last one lost. I think. Now I've been in work all week, so I wasn't paying attention. So when I got the text up, and was just like, "All right, I assume they didn't win." Then you know what I mean? That's pretty much all I did.
Yeah, I was unlucky. The very first two races, I picked the first two winners, and then I was doing all right actually. I was on because like at one stage it was like this is how I find these bets to be fucking mental, right? So I done a lucky 15. First two was winning. Like they were offering me like a 75 quid cash out because the potential returns on it was like fucking 940 or something. And then the next horse placed, and me fucking yoke went down to 109 quid, like potential earnings. I was like, how did he even like? How did he even do that? You know, and then the
We've
last
had
one,
loads
this
of them.
last one,
With horses where like you'd have two horses in out of a treble or three horses in out of four, and they'd be offering you like say a 10 or 11 quid out of it, and then the horse will come second, and you get like fucking 4 quid or something.
yeah, it's mad.
Look like whatever way it tallies up all the bleeding odds. I don't know. Like horses for me now are just
Yeah, no, look, I'm the same. Again, I probably won't do another one now till fucking Grand National or
yeah,
whatever.
be the same myself.
So and even this week, this is because I was off Wednesday as well. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking in it for the week. Let's have a bit of crack. And then they actually had originally planned on. Oh no, sorry, it was the Wednesday. Now that I mentioned because I was at home watching it. So yeah, it was the Wednesday when that fucking 10 or the because it was what was he like 14-1, I think he was. That's what got my Estocrat, I think his name was. And that day I done all right. Done all right. It was up like 98 quid or something on Wednesday, and then yesterday I had a mare, and then today fucking
was about to jump at that.
Yeah, should have bet on Chronicle.
Hey.
Yeah, whack anyway. Straight up whack sauce.
Well, we'll jump into some footy here. So why not? What we're here for? Apparently,
Super duper six.
Super Six. So where are we? Super Six results. Go to them. May as well. Correct results 4 points. Correct scores 5 points. Total points 9 points. Wait. Yep. Wrong one. Sons of bitches. That one, wouldn't it?
That's the one.
Knowledge we got right, yeah.
We actually were being conservative with that as well, weren't we?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind. I think that was 2-0 in the first half as well. So when I see that, I was like, oh man, that's going to be a fucking.
There's a nice goal for Leeds there. 1-0.
I'm not watching the Leeds match actually.
Yeah, I'll just tune on there.
I meant to, but I had to put on the first thing off, surely.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, Chelsea won 2-0. We were kind of saying it like I knew Chelsea would go through, but like I watched it. You were saying like you wouldn't watch it, but I watched the game and Jesus Christ, I just hated Atletico. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. There's some games are just not really worth bothering with.
I don't mind watching Chelsea because there's some smashing players like Havertz, Ziyech, even Werner. Even though he's not having great time at the moment, he's still quality. Like, there's some quality players, Pulisic and Mount and all, you know what I mean? So I actually enjoy watching them, but Atletico are just so anti-football. Oh, looks offside by a shoulder. I couldn't be.
They're not giving it.
No, well, they're going to the shoulder, yeah, man. Nah, yeah, he's off, yeah. Nah, he slid a fella in down the left and is bleeding. He's leaning forward. Nah, offside. So Bayern, pretty much any scoreline it could have been. They were always going to win, but they were already through pretty much. So, I'm surprised with that Birmingham beating Reading.
Yeah, but Birmingham are like that. That's what I mean. Birmingham are the sort of team that like they'll lose 4 on the trot and then come up against a game where they should lose and then they'll win it. Usually at home as well. Because I did say that at the start, Birmingham are a bit fucking dodgy, but yeah, I don't think anyone went with Birmingham though.
No, you couldn't have Reading fucking gone for playoffs. Like Huddersfield draw with Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, it's
a model to happen.
Yeah, and I mean we did say Blackburn and Bristol a draw, but figured there'd be a few goals in it, but not to be. So yeah, not the worst. We'll jump in with some shouts for today. Yeah, right. So Norwich again. You couldn't really.
Norwich Blackburn.
Yeah, you can't really see anyone beating Norwich at the moment, can you? But bar the odd blip here and there, they're gonna fucking run away with that league, aren't they?
Would you go with Treasy?
Say maybe 3-1 or something, would you?
Did you give Blackburn a goal away?
Blackburn are struggling for goals, aren't they?
Yeah, your man Dak is back, I think, though.
Is he?
Yeah. But yeah, so you probably take a week or two to get back all up on it. Being back, so.
Pukey is banging in goals as well. Yeah, I don't know. Would you not give them a goal, maybe?
Yeah, no, look at you. I called that last week, so you can run with this one.
I'd say 3-1.
That's so last week we went when I got. I was the week before I done that, wasn't it?
I just fancy they'd probably take the foot out the gas. Court is just there. Got to jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Watford beat Birmingham now. Watford, I think you're probably looking at Norwich and Watford are the two teams that'll automatically go up, isn't it?
Yeah, Birmingham away as well.
Yeah, it's starting to kind of shape up that way.
You nearly do Watford, fucking, 2-1, 3-1 as well, let's say.
Something like that, maybe 2-1.
Yeah, word.
Barnsley, Sheffield. You'd have to. Yeah, hold on. He's just right back to me there. Hold on.
I see the message there. So the court says he can't come on live because he's having a coming out party.
Hey.
So, we wish him all the best in his future endeavours, like Willie's, etc. And no judgment when he comes back. It's 2021.
Yeah, get over yourselves. Barnsley, Sheffield Wednesday. Like Sheffield Wednesday are going down, aren't they?
Yeah, Barnsley are a good side, so I'd give this a good 2-0 to Barnsley.
A good 2-0. What would a bad 2-0 be? Like?
A bad 2-0 would be to Sheffield Wednesday.
A bad 2-0 is fucking when you're watching your own team struggling against someone and they're 2-0 up, you think, oh, bollocks. This is going to go badly. They're going to concede one here.
This season rarely happened to us, I have to say.
Red and QPR. What's up with Red at the moment? They're hot and cold, aren't they?
The cunts, again, absolute actor killers. Like, I mean, if you go before that L towards the end there, there'll probably be another 3 L's in front of that, like, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
They're a bit fucking. And QPR, QPR as well, hot and cold, 50-50 there. 1-3, last 3. But QPR are a good side. Did he only get a new manager as well recently?
Go draw there.
Well, QPR got a new manager. Who took over there? An old footballer.
An old footballer? There's one way of doing this. Google, tell me. QPR manager. Mark Warburton.
Yeah. Oh, no, maybe I think somebody else. Maybe I should go fuck myself.
Maybe you should just stop talking right now. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? It's one of those, isn't it? In either which way or the other.
I'll be controversial, and I'm going to say 2-1 QPR.
Ooh, right. Go on. Millwall, Middlesbrough. Could anyone
minus 1 all?
Would anyone care any less about a football match?
Well, the Millwall are pushing for a playoff now, I think.
Yeah, they're doing all right, yeah.
Middlesbrough are kind of in thereabouts. Just
who did fuck, his name is gone now. Woodgate. Who did he take over?
Maybe that's who I'm thinking about. Woodgate took over someone recently.
It wasn't Bournemouth, was it? No.
Was it Middlesbrough? No.
Woodgate only took someone over there. I was looking
maybe that's who I was thinking of that with QPR. Don't smoke weed, kids. We got that.
Yeah, Bournemouth, yeah.
Was it Bournemouth?
Yeah. Yeah, it was, yeah. And they were fucking saying, because they're saying there was a wheelchair got sent out in the game or something. And, yeah. Who was Woodgate manager? Bournemouth, yeah. Took over. Yep. 1 for me. Good job, Brain.
All right, you get to call this one, so I shall.
Yeah, I'll give Middlesbrough a win there. To be controversial the other way.
Aye, word.
1-0 or 2-1.
Well, Millwall at home, give them a goal. Yeah, go 2-1 for it.
And Stoke Derby.
It's a tough one as well, because I think they're both losing form again. Like Derby are kind of back into they're over the honeymoon of Rooney.
Yeah,
I think Stoke are kind of fucking hobbling along as well, aren't they? Have a little stat.
A stat snapper.
Correct those stats.
Birdie. Hey,
They're saying they're both kind of
Would you take Stoke to?
well, let's go home. Yeah, you kind of go home in them sort of situations, don't
Would you
you?
go for the draw? Would you throw a draw in there somewhere?
Well, they both drew the last game, so one of them's going to win this one.
You think so?
Absolutely no science behind that. That's just
I'm just basing it off my years and years of experience at nothing
as
as an unofficial pundit of football.
as a regular accumulator loser.
Right, Stoke 1-0.
Yeah.
I know how you feel about 1-0, Red. Do you want me to go 2-1?
Go 2-1, yeah, because again, I think Derby will get a goal.
Based on absolutely nothing other than why wouldn't they?
Exactly, it's a championship.
Right.
Goals galore.
I didn't even check what the time was for last week, but you didn't win, so I'm going to throw a Super 6 in there for today.
I like it.
Challenge it, Jeff. And we have to do our extra as well, don't we?
Yes, sir.
We
What's that, 80-1, is it?
80-1.
We went with kind of popular ones, I think.
We'll see the QPR away to Reading and probably the Middlesbrough away to Millwall would have been.
I don't know.
Probably QPR probably 2 or 3-1, would they be? Middlesbrough again, probably 2-1. That's where you was getting your odds. It was fairly odd, bruv. So we jump straight into it. What am I looking for here? Super 6 extra. Right.
There's some key features. How do you do that? Like, know your customers, Sky.
Do what?
So how would you do that? Randomly it pops up and they're like, oh, let me show you how you play this game. And it's like, well, we've been playing this for a while.
Yeah.
How impersonal is
In fairness, we're constantly getting emails out going, are you playing this week? Come on, come out to play.
I don't get them emails. Probably just sick of me. I think it's ever since they kind of got one goal away from it and the whole thing. They're like, well, don't text us.
Yeah, they keep sending me emails saying, you bet Jeff this week. Are you coming back in for more? It's like, what you entice me with? I haven't won fucking nothing. Money, like. Give me my money, man.
Although I will tell you about my little bit of good fortune if you want.
Is it what kind of fortune is it?
Monetary.
Yeah, but in what kind of format?
Betting / yeah. Well, I'll tell you, here's the story before we start this.
Right.
So I think it was
Do
last.
you want to just do this and then you can chat at the end? Oh no, come on, go ahead. The floor is yours, Red.
Well, no, because it's not going to. No, we do this first.
No, I want to hear your story now.
See, I don't get to.
Don't be fucking stalling now.
So what happened was last Saturday, I think it was something like that. I had done me bets for the Saturday, and I had about like £4 left on my account. So I was like, you know what, I'll go into the slots. So with the £4, because it was just for £4, like, you know, I'm just gonna be topping it back up next week anyway. So went into the slots, right? Picked some game and just started kind of hitting the button, right? Yeah, we're kind of like winning like 125, 250. So I got about say 9 spins out of it, or 10 spins maybe, until the money was gone. And I was like, all right, fair enough, blah blah blah. I was actually having a shy, to be honest with you. I was killing time having a shy. That's actually important. Anyway, so then was it yesterday? No, sorry, the day I was off Wednesday. Right? So Wednesday, I was going through. It was all day. The Cheltenham for that day was finished, and I seen there was a tip going round for the first race the next day. So I was like, right, I'll go in and I'll fucking throw something at me.
Yeah.
Well, I remember, get good odds in it. Bang, bang, bang. As I logged in, it says you've won €58 on the community jackpot or something like that. I had no idea what they're talking about. I was like, what are you talking about? €58 on the community jackpot. I thought it was a bit of a scam thing. So I went into my app, the games app, bang. Sure enough, £58 there. I was like, oh, really happy days. So I was like, right, I went looking for that. It was like a jewel drop thing. That was gone. So I was seeing this game, it was Cleopatra or something like that. So I was like, right, this is their money. So I'm going to spend £18 in here. And then I'm going to leg it with the 40 regardless. Actually, you know what I mean? Like that was the plan. So going to this Cleopatra game, click it, nothing, click it, nothing, click it. then these two things come down, and then the yoke starts spinning mad fast. Right? And I go, what's going on here? Like, and so it clicks on anyway. It comes up and says bonus round. So, all right. So I got 15 quid and 15 free spins. Right. So I was like, all right, happy days. This is cool. Like, so I start spinning, like, and I think I got up to like 128 quid or so. I got up to 28 quid or something. And then I was like, spin 7. The thing starts spinning again real fast because 2 days full of scatters or something they're called came up. And then another one, bang, another scatter. I was like, oh, what's going on here? Like, and then bang, another scatter. And I was like, oh, what's going on here? Like, so do the super win, you've just won 120 quid. I was like, all right, and 15 free spins. So that's on top of the 8 I had remaining. Like, so anyway, I just got to sit there and I was just like, man.
3 days later, you're still spinning.
By the end of the last spin, it was like I had won 210 quid.
Jesus Christ.
So it was like I had to so it was 210 quid. No, it wasn't 210 because I already had the 50 in there. So it was like 160 quid or something like that. That I had won on this show, and I was like happy days. So I had like 244 fucking. So I was like, right, I'll spend down to the 230. And then I'll bounce like, and so spin, nothing spin, things start spinning again, bonus round again. I was like, all right, fair enough. And then I just start going, and it just start fucking money at me. Like, literally by the time the last spin had finished, I was like, I had €350 in my account off. Like, it was like probably 3 or 4 spins at the start of both, so less than a tenner. 350 quid, and I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't know why. The lines are just popping up everywhere, and I was like, "Oh, hold on a second. Oh, 14 quid. All right, I'll take that." And oh, there's 28 quid, and it's just like that for like for ages. And then it was again we get 350 quid. So I kind of won 300 quid in the
You can see why cunts get fucking addicted to it, can't you?
Oh, listen, I just took the 300 quid and bounced after that. I was like, fuck that. Yeah. Not the 50 quid in there. Because I know you don't win it that often, so that 50 quid is cranked off. I'll come back in a couple of weeks and probably just play that like. But so instead of the 50 that they gave me, which was free because it was 58 quid like they gave me. So technically, I spent 8 quid on yokes and took out
yokes and took a lot of tabs.
Yeah, and that's what I was just. Maybe I didn't even win. I was just sitting there just playing.
Yeah. You go into your bank account tomorrow and be cleaned out.
Well, that happened on a Wednesday, so fuck chat. I was happy. Take that.
Hey, slutty. Fucking slutty Parker.
I tell you, they said there was fucking money at me. What's going on?
It's mad, man. Well, it happened to me once with the slots now, but it wasn't that much. Like, I think I had a tenner free bet or something they gave me. It was over the first lockdown, and they were trying to get cunts to bet every which way because there was no sports happening. So I went in with the tenner. I was like, right, I'll just spend the tenner, like. And I think I was there for about 2 hours, and I finished with about 35 quid. So pretty much the same on one slot game or whatever, and just fucking hitting bonus rounds and loads, and then nothing for ages, and the money dropped back down, like, and then jumped back up and all. I think I finished on about 32 quid or 35 quid or something. Out of a tenner free bet. It was like happy days, and then the footy started about 2 weeks later. So like right a bet on because I've no interest in the slots or anything, you know what I mean? So.
Oh no, this year I was going for it. Literally going to have it.
It wouldn't entice me back in or anything. It was literally during lockdown. There was nothing bet. Like, I think it was only the fucking Belarusian league or something, and there was no football on that day or something. You know what I mean?
I'm also aware that it's not going to happen again for me for another 2 years. Like.
That was your run, like.
I'll probably, like you were saying, probably get a like, like a fucking. Spend a tenner, but I'm not earning 23 quid or something like that, like, or whatever.
So there was a tenner free bet or something, but you had to, you had to spend the tenner's worth. You know what I mean? You had to do a tenner's worth of spins, even if you were up money. Like, you had to run through the allocated amount before the funds became yours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was whatever amount of spins, but at that stage, it was up to like 18 quid or something, you know what I mean? With the tenner, like, went up to 18 quid, and then it was like, right, you're using your own funds now. And I was like, well, you fuckers gave me a tenner, I'm up to 18, so I'll keep going, you know what I mean?
That's what I was even saying about that 50. It's like it's their money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I was looking at it, and I was there for about 2 hours. It was more out of boredom. I kept playing.
Well, they sent me a message saying,
I think we got up to 50 quid at one time, and then it dropped back down to like 15 quid, and it was like, shit. Well, it bounced, you know what I mean, with something, and then I won again. It was, yeah, so I was there for a while, like, but I think I had to go and collect up more or something. I was like, yeah, fuck this. 35 quid, kill it, bounce at that, like. But it was more a little bit entertaining for what was in it, you know what I mean?
that's what I mean. I threw me shit last week, and then I was actually sitting up there having a smoke when I was just saying I had the message. So I was like, oh, for smoking. So why is it having a smoke? I was like, you know what? I'll go in and €58, right? I'll spend the 18. So once I hit 40, I'm cashing out. Because to be honest with you, I expected that I was going to go in and lose the 18 quid pretty quickly. That was the plan. So that's what was the plan. But it was actually the complete opposite. I ended up fucking like septupling my money, like
septupling
or whatever the fucking the word. I don't like words, Joe. Words hurt.
No, you're a wordsmith.
Yeah.
Right, so West Ham, Arsenal.
That's why I don't rap anymore. This is a toughie. I know Arsenal are back a bit on form, and West Ham are
a bit off form.
A little bit. But the home form, look at the home form. Pretty dope. And again, lost, win in the last 5. They're no mugs. At home, Derby.
Yeah, but you know, out that last couple of games, I suppose like being beaten by United, being beaten by City, and then the last loss before that was Liverpool. So they did do well against the other teams in around them. It's fucking Antonio, and Antonio's on form. That quality, but I will say Arsenal have been impressive.
Yeah, Arsenal back playing decent. Yeah, already cleared from Thursday.
You what?
No, they would have got the extra day, wouldn't they? Sunday.
Well, to be honest, I think they kind of struggled through that game. I think they lost, didn't they? But they were 3-1 up, so I don't know if they rested anyone now. I wasn't watching. But yeah, it's a toughie, isn't it? I'm liking Arsenal at the moment. The Odegaard, Saka, and Smith Rowe are fucking smashing players, like smashing. Don't know, maybe a draw or something. You go draw.
No, I think either of them are going to win it. Definitely think one of them is going to win it.
Right, well, I don't know. If I had to pick, I'd probably go Arsenal on form. Just because I seen West Ham, I watched West Ham against United, and they were fucking horrendous. Horrendous they were.
Yeah. Okay, look at you. Take this one. I don't know. I'd be leaning like
Paddy Bamford.
You kind of think it's going to be Arsenal because it should be Arsenal, but
yeah,
it's just West Ham are fucking. If West Ham are up for it, they have a good side. They're playing well. They have a good unit.
Strong all over the park, yeah.
They're right in the form. You know what I mean? They're right in the form.
Players sitting on the bench and all, like.
Yeah, they are a good side, and they'll stick it to fucking Arsenal as well. Like they'll play to win this game. I don't think West Ham are going to sit back and try to give Arsenal all the ball.
They fucking sat back against Bleeding United, and it was just a horrendous game to watch now, I have to say.
Yeah, but you can do that to United and not worry about fucking like conceding. Or
go West Ham if you think it, yeah, whatever.
No. I'm just saying you take this one, but just because I don't know, because also Arsenal can win this 3-1 league. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like I leave it to you. You do it. Go on. Do it. I won't even look.
2-1 Arsenal. Go on. Why not?
Yeah, blood.
Yeah, blood. Half-time score. 1-0 Arsenal. Scored the first goal. Palmer Yang, probably.
I reckon it'll be like a...
or something. I think
it'd be like a Smith Rowe, forced goal in a London derby buzz or something. No.
I think Aubameyang because he was left out against Spurs, wasn't he? Because he was late. and they didn't even put him on. And it was because I was chatting to the outlet, I was watching the match with the outlet, like, and he was kind of like, if they get beat now, to be fingers pointed at Arteta for leaving him out just because he was late or whatever, because it was pictures of his fucking Bugatti or whatever stuck in traffic in London trying to get to the team meeting or whatever, and he was a few minutes late. But apparently he was late twice, or once last week, once this week or something, so they just left him out. But yeah, I would say he'd be back trying to prove a point.
Have him there.
I don't know. I think it'd be more like you let the team down. You didn't play. The team got you out of a hole, and get back in there now and prove that you should have been playing. But yeah, I mean, go over it. That's just my opinion. As astute as it is, it means fuck all.
Modern footballer.
Well, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I'm going to leave this one to you.
Aubameyang, first card, don't know.
Definitely West Ham, really.
Midfield there, would it be a Noble or a fucking Royce or something? Or would it be a defender? Dawson, maybe. Don't know what you think.
Good to midfield again.
Midfield. Lingard out injured, Jesus. Susek, maybe, yeah.
Couldn't think of his fucking name. Susek.
Oui. Corners.
Be loads of that, I'd say, yeah.
11.
Yeah, boy.
Man of the match.
You're looking for like a Smith Rowe or a Saka here, wouldn't you?
Saka, yeah. Odegaard or fucking something. Smith Rowe.
I think it's done because it's the first derby for one of them. It would be first proper derby. They'll be well up for it. Like,
possession wise, be fairly even, will it?
Yeah, but you'd have to side with Arsenal and that, regardless, wouldn't you?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oi! Prediction submitted. Now, there we go. Did you see the shit in the Rangers game yesterday?
I heard we're on the news I haven't seen it, and I heard like what I heard was Gerrard was backing some player for I guess I don't know what the incident was. Just Gerrard is backing some player for something.
What happened was, I think the game got a bit nasty. I was watching a bit of it, but I knocked it out and was kind of watching the United match. Because they were 2-0 down, Rangers, and down to 9 men when I stuck it on. So I was like, you were winning 1-0 against AC. So I was like, right, it's a bit more interesting maybe seeing AC get a late winner or whatever. But one of the sendings off was a ball over the top. Now it was nasty, but it didn't look like he meant it. It's one of those, the ball's coming over his shoulder and he's watching the ball the whole way and he jumps up with his foot up in the air and the keeper comes out and he cracks the keeper straight in the face. Big cut in his head, big cut in his eye, like. But I think that started it, and then there was another guy sent off for 2 yellows, so they were down to 9 men. But I seen the incident, yeah. There was a player on the ground, so it was a tackle, I think, a Rangers player played club at someone. And the 2 lads are standing over. There's a couple of people yapping or whatever, and then your man just walks out of nowhere and kind of has both his hands like that and goes right up into his ear and says something to him and then kind of pushes him and walks away. And your man's like, "What did you just say?" Starts running at him, like, and starts saying to rep, "He's after calling me a monkey, he's after calling," like, losing it. And there was another guy beside him and he's saying the same. The 2 of them are like nearly running after him, man, like, what, like nearly in disbelief, like, that you'd said it, you know what I mean? Like, it was mad weird the way your man walked up out of nowhere and just goes like that right into his ear and says something and then kind of pushes away from him and goes to walk off, and your man's like, "What did you just?" So, like looking at the incident,
especially at this day and age, like, you've just ended your career, mate. Like,
No, but like then Slavia Prague came out with a denied it, and your man said that he said no. I said this fucking guy to him. I was like, you said this fucking guy. That doesn't even make any sense. Like,
yeah, the hill about hill.
you said he walked up to him, and all I said was this fucking guy. But like you kind of see, because there's like two black players off Slavia Prague that are kind of right beside it as well. And it looked like one of them maybe heard something. And as the incident, as like they're running around, your man's going to the ref. He's at the call me a monkey. He's at the call, and then you hear another fella saying, he said something racist. He said something racist, and they're kind of your man's walking off, and they're kind of running after him and all. Well, you see the two lads off the Slavia Prague team, and one of them says something to the other lad, like as if like. He's at, you know what I mean? Like, it was a little bit like that, you know what I mean?
Blocker, didn't you? Well, there you go.
I'll be honest, I thought what Tera said was spot on. He said, look, we make these big gestures of kneeling before the games and all, but he said the situation now was in UEFA's hands, and we pretty much know what way that's going to go. Like, they're not, the punishment isn't going to be dished out, so like it's all for nothing kind of thing, it was that sort of sentiment of there's such a big deal made out of this kneeling and all the efforts to fucking kick racing out of football, but when something actually happens, they won't do what they need to do. Like it's kind of like the player should, like if it turns out he did say something, he should be banned for life.
The issue is there's no way of proving.
No,
because if he done this and he was low,
it's a hard one to prove. You can't.
It is.
Like,
I'm not saying he didn't say it. He most likely did. He most likely.
Well, they're saying your man is like he's playing in Scotland week in, week out, and he's a fairly laid back fella. He doesn't really react and all. Like, I've seen loads of people talking about him. I don't particularly know the fella. I've seen him play, but I wouldn't know it. I wouldn't have known him until this incident happened, really. But a lot, they're all saying like he's fairly mild mannered and he doesn't really react. He gets grief and all that week in, week out, and nothing but the way he reacted to this. But that still isn't a definite. You have to prove it. But I think if it's proven, if they could somehow prove that's what, like, there's no way of doing it because he literally covered both his, like, he done that and went right up into his ear. That's
the point is making. So if he went up right to his ear, how did the fella beside him say, "Oh yeah, he did say something racist"?
Because he's standing right beside him. Like, it doesn't. You have to remember, there's no crowds in the ground or anything. Like,
I haven't seen the video.
No, like it's one of the.
If somebody goes there, I'm asking how
there's two Rangers players standing there, and one of the Rangers lads is kind of talking to another player, and your man just walks up out of nowhere and straight into your man's ear and says it to him. And as he says it to him, the other guy kind of turns around, and the two of them are like, "What the fuck?" And your man's running like, he's after saying something. So the other fella is saying he's after saying something racist. He's saying something racist, like. And the fella he said it to walks down. He goes, "You have to call me a monkey. You have to call," you know what I mean? And the ref standing there, and they're like, "Ref," and then your man's walking off. They're like, "Hey, you," and they're going to give him a dig. You know what I mean? So he must, like, if you were to ask me, do I think he said it? Absolutely. But can you prove it? Probably not. That's the problem. But even if they did prove it, I don't think UEFA would do much because you know what they're like with these countries, these Eastern European countries. They don't bring the hammer down on them. Like, realistically, if he's that serious about stomping racism out of football, if he's caught doing that, if he can prove it, he should be lifetime ban and the team should be kicked out of the competition. Like, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't kick the team out of the competition.
You have to deter it. You have to stop it from happening.
Yeah, no, we understand that, but the team didn't do it. Like, again, you can't go around and punish everybody for one match.
No, but I think you have to make a statement somewhere. Look, come here. This is pure conjecture. They're not going to do anything. They'll give them a 10.
That is the statement. Like, the fella that said it, if they deemed that he said it, like, okay, you are banned from football for the next 15 years, and after that, he'd be too old to play it again. But that's an individual thing. I said, any footballer, say, at least any footballer.
You have the added insult to injury where Slavia Prague have come down, denied it. They've said it's a disgusting slander against that player, and they mentioned something about being attacked after the match or something like that. I don't know. It was a weird one. Like everyone was kind of like, "This is on your official club account on Twitter. Like, you need to change that. You need to take that down. Like this isn't fucking." Yeah, like as a club, you should go, look, we're going to investigate. Or you don't say this is a disgusting attack on our player and it would never happen. And we were attacked then after the match and it started fucking, you know what I mean? Just kind of dismissing it.
I said those Eastern European kind of things. But again, ultimately, they didn't.
What was the one against England, wasn't it? In the England match where they started doing the monkey chants at Raheem Sterling, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And like, what happened to them? The next match, or someone had to play them in Montenegro or whoever it was they were playing. In the next match, they weren't allowed to have fans at the game, and all it done was it punished the team they were playing in the next match because they weren't allowed to have fans either. Like
that's what I mean. You have to level the. You have to level the
joke or FIFA or whatever, you know.
You do have to level it. Like you just have to focus cameras on them, try catch as many of them as you can, and don't let them back in to the next game. Because again, it's I hate this whole collective thing. You're not guilty by association in these sort of situations. If you're there as a football fan,
you're right in that. But I will say,
you should not be banned because
you're really serious about it. Then it has to be zero tolerance.
No, but if you're really serious about it, if you're really serious about it, you will find a way to make sure that you find the ones who are guilty of it.
Yeah.
And because the good thing about that is you can punish them as much as you want to show anyone else to say, like, okay, well, I'm not going to do that at a football match because look what happened to him. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas I don't see why people who show up just to watch the match and are having a good game and had a good time and paid the tickets and probably travelled over to watch both the games, and then they're getting told, oh, you can't go in there. Why? Because those 7 lads over there. Yeah, but there's like...
Yeah, I know, but like in a lot of cases, like I know in that game, it was the whole back of the goal crowd were chanting it and all, you know what I mean? Like I've seen some of the fucking Italian matches. I remember your man, who's the guy that was with Moise Keane, was it? The lad who was at Everton, he's at PSG now on loan or something. He was playing for Juventus and he was like the abuse he was getting, bananas thrown at him and all, like. And I think he scored a goal and he walked up and he done that behind, and the fucking guns were like going to dive over and kill him, like. And it's, like, what do? You ban? You can only ban everyone. You can't just go, well, it was only them 15 ultras over there. Like, it's like, yeah, you can't have fucking a crowd in, like, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But then the next time, those lads are still going to do it again.
Oh, no, yeah, it's
you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, because
tricky one, isn't it?
But no, but it's not that tricky. It's like me and you were in class A's. If I committed a bank robbery, I don't think you should get locked up with me because you were also in a fucking...
Man, we'd do that time.
Be a driver, let's be honest. But you know what I mean? Like, so I don't think...
boy was a driver, you wouldn't get caught, so bad analogy, pal.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, so I don't see why... I know, I understand if you are that serious, but make sure you identify the bad eggs. Have coppers get called before you go and send the stewards. Get the coppers all outside, walk in, usher them all, get them all, or you'll have their pictures for the next one. You don't let them in. You know what I mean? And you tell them you're banned for life, or fucking arrest them. Like, arrest them and bring them down, charge them for it. Do you know what I mean? You're now facing court. You're now banned from football stadiums until you're seen in court, and you may get a life. You most likely are going to get it. So do that, but target them, and then the other people going in, come watch the fucking game. And guess what? They're not. The bad element has been gone, and the good element, it remains, and there's more of the good element, and that's what you need to be shown as well, because that shows progress in the end struggle of it all. That more people don't do it. Do you know what I mean?
I think they've done a decent enough job in England of stamping most of it out in the crowds, but
exactly, it can be done, and more power to, like, do it more. You know what I mean? Because you're always going to get it. So
like, there's been loads of shit of just giving abuse to players, and there's lads, you see stories going up like fucking people getting their season tickets taken off them and all. Like, I remember reading the Liverpool one where the lad was he was giving Harry Kane a bit of abuse and he got pulled by a steward. Like, but you can't.
It depends. It would be.
Same time, you should be allowed to give a bit of abuse. Like, you're stupid.
You throw stick, but again, like, everyone knows that there's banter, there's football banter, and then there's
Yeah, there's cunts the whole game just screaming at cunts like.
Yeah, it's like it's personal. Yeah, so it's like you can slag the footballer, but not the person.
And what do you think of Spurs going out?
I'm not surprised. Mourinho's a fucking poison chalice. He is like
Isn't he? Yeah.
he is like he's just fucking like he's just whatever it was that he had, he has no longer got.
Yeah, it's long gone, isn't it?
Yeah, I
And
think
again, he's not getting the caliber of clubs like he took over United. Yeah, it's United, but it was a dirt United. It's the worst United for 30 years. Like they hadn't won it in 3 or 4 years. The couple like a cup or two under Van Gaal and all. But
no, I have to say I'm delighted because I don't I kind of nothing Mourinho. Like I don't like him nor dislike him. I think he has his moments. As a manager, I don't really rate him.
he's not a very likable character either, is he?
He doesn't
You
strike
remember
me
the incidents at fucking at Real with the Barca fella? What was your man's name? The Argentinian fella that died. But when he poked the guy in the eye and all, you know what I mean? Like he's not likable. You know he's a bit of a cunt, like.
That's what I mean.
And he unsettles teams and he fucking rattles people and
But sometimes I like when he stands up to the media and stuff like
yeah,
that.
it's entertaining
Because he
sometimes.
has these moments. He has these moments where he can stand there and he's just being blunt and honest and just telling them, look, he's like shite bags. Because you'd be sitting at home going, man, this mean you're shite bags. You know what I mean? Like, and he's, so them moments. It's reasonably like a lot of managers that do that. But do I rate him as a manager? Not at the moment. I think he had it. I don't think he has it. Can he get it back? Maybe. But at the moment, he's not really a good. He's literally living off his reputation. Like,
where does he go from Spurs? You know what I mean?
but
Back over to Italy or something.
Even Italy's a tough fucking league.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look at Juve. PSG, sure, fucking thing has that job.
Yeah. Well, Poch is PSG, and Poch, they're not going to get rid of Poch, like.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm delighted because Spurs got rid of Poch. You should have done everything to keep that fucking man.
And now you have the problem probably during the summer where does Harry Kane stay? Like, if he has any ambition as a footballer, he can't stay there. But then the talk is that he might stay there to try and beat Shearer's record and to try and get the England's record of goals and all, you know what I mean? Because he'll play every time he's available. He'll play at Spurs, but if he went to City, say, and he was half injured or half fit coming back from injury, he's not just going to walk into that team and play every minute, you know what I mean?
Well, it depends how much you fucking pay for him.
Yeah, no, but it seems to be at the moment it's what's his ambition? Is his ambition to go and win a league, or is it to be Harry Kane, the best striker in England? Yeah.
What age is he? He's still young enough, isn't he?
29, 28, 29.
Yeah, so he still has 2 years at Spurs.
No, but not yet. No, he won't get a move. Like who's going to pay 100 million for him now? It'll be now. Now he's hitting that stage of his career where his injuries are getting worse and worse, and he doesn't look fit half the time. He looks like he's playing through injury and all. So
yeah, two good seasons of 25 plus goals off him wherever he goes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's now. But if he stays at Spurs for another season or two, then he's 31. Yeah, he might go somewhere, but it's where's it going to be? Like,
yeah, but see, in saying that, you say that, right? But then, in that regard, he's going somewhere in 2 years as the best goal scorer in England and the best after breaking fucking.
Oh no, he won't be beating Shearer's record. It'll be another 5 seasons or something. You know what I mean?
What they had to do, I suppose. Like, I thought you meant.
That's what I'm saying. Now that the talk is like, if he stays at Spurs, every time he's fit, he'll play for the next 4 years, 5 years, 32, 33, you know what I mean? If he goes somewhere, like if he goes to, say, City, well, City have Jesus there. Like,
yeah, but if he goes to United, he'll start every game.
Yeah, but will United win the league every year? You know what I mean?
Harry Kane, they might.
Maybe.
I mean, if you could throw,
like Rashford, they have a few other players there. Like he might not necessarily play if he's half injured.
If you could throw 25 goals onto Man United,
yeah, well that's the question. Like, are United going to fork out 100 odd million for him?
They'll sell Pogba. They'll sell Pogba. And they'll use.
No one's going to buy Pogba. That's the problem. The problem has been for the last 3 seasons, they couldn't sell Pogba for the money they were looking for.
No, they make the cut. If they can sell,
they'd have to sell Pogba for 40 million to someone.
Well, no, they probably get about 60 million for him.
Off who? Who's going to pay 60 million for Pogba? No one has money. No one's spending money. Like, that's the problem. That's the problem this summer. I'm telling you, you're going to have that situation this year where teams don't have 100 million to spend on anyone. They don't have it. They haven't had a fucking fan in the ground for over a season. Like, they've no money. Like, you think of a match day revenue for the average top club, like Barcelona. Barcelona are nearly gone as a club. They turn over 20 million every match day in tickets and fucking merchandise and sales, in fucking VIP packages or whatever. They turn over probably 15, 20 million per game. They haven't had that. So they can't swindle their books anymore. That's why all their fucking debts are coming out. 1.4 billion in debt, like. But that's what's happening to teams. They've no money, like. They're getting their TV money, and they're getting, if they're winning tournaments or doing well in Champions League or whatever, if they win the league or they win cups, they'll get prize money for that, and then the sponsorship money. But that every bit of match day revenue was gone, and that's probably half the fucking intake, if not more. Like,
that's probably only paying the fucking players' wages as well.
Really, you know what I mean? So you have that situation where they were paying from fucking February, March up until June, July, whenever they started back, they were paying players' wages, and there was nothing happening. At least now they've games going ahead, but they're still miles down on revenue. Like, every club is fucking struggling. So you're not even gonna, like, all the talks of Haaland going here and all. Like, there's probably only one team that would have the money to pay for him, and that's City. And like City, I don't know how they fucking generated it on their books, but they generated some magical accounting. You know what I mean? But I don't think even United.
So just fucking revolutionary. Like.
Yeah. Like, United have huge losses as well. They announced big losses there fucking over the last season. Like, everyone's struggling.
Clubs, isn't it? Like,
yeah, but it's like it's the uncertainty.
Now Arsene Wenger's bleeding savings.
Well, it's the uncertainty of like, are there going to be fans at games next year?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So England have that plan, and it's I've even said they're not fucking moving away from it. Like, they're
going ahead,
going full stage.
Not like Ella.
No, it's fucking.
Is it worth jumping into a fucking another yoke, or what do you want to do? Do you want to jump in, or we fucking stop this and jump into something else, chat about something else?
Yeah, go on.
We'll just stop this and then we'll jump straight back in.